Okay, let's go live a little bit early. Good morning. It's still morning. That's right. Just that little bit. How you feeling there, Zombie Grub?
I'm okay.
Well rested?
I'm okay.
Alright. So some people are going to be asking how you guys doing this because the servers are down. Only the North American server's down. This does kind of suck because I had hoped to go revisit the co-op mission that we were handling so perfectly yesterday. However, looks like that will have to go on pause. What we are doing is casting this morning's Olimoleague games from replay. So we've removed the challenge bracket from the bot. I don't know how this played out. And to show you guys really quick, actually, excuse me here. Big shout out to Olimoleague for doing this. Go to in-game screen for just a sec. She did segment these through replays, or through spoiler-free replays. So we don't actually know who went to the semifinals or the finals. We just picked one of the round of 8 matches to cast here, and we're gonna go with Impact and Cure. So that's what it looks like on my side. I don't know who won what. Those of you who may have watched this morning probably do. Please, I don't want to ban anyone today. Don't be a dick with spoilers. Don't be a dick with fake spoilers. Fake spoilers are just as unfunny as real spoilers. That's the only way you really get banned on BaseTradeTV, guaranteed. You can kind of get away with like maybe a sexist comment if you can really justify it, but there's no chance you come back from a spoiler. Don't be that guy. Don't get banned today. The nice thing though is because it is replays, we get to use no delay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll get going with this first one here in just a moment. So, what's going on here? Sorry, someone calling me? I don't do phone calls. Hello? Just text me, whoever this is. Alright, move that over there for now. My American phone's been getting these really annoying calls, and it's from like the California Toll Booth Society or some shit. Like, I guess whoever had this number before me didn't pay their bills, and they're like trying to find them. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
look, you got the wrong number. I live in Canada. I haven't been through a California toll booth in my whole life. Like, good luck.
Yeah, that happened to my phone actually. I've had the same phone number for like 14 years, I guess, and for about 10 of those years, they kept on calling me asking for Lynn Irene Stamboquez because she just constantly wouldn't pay her bill. And I think she was using a fake name and a fake phone number and just a random
like,
occurrence, man.
I not the current number I have, but the number I had before this one on my Canadian phone. There was this girl named Jasmine who was giving it as a fake number to dudes. It was so awkward and annoying. I didn't clue into this either until it was like maybe the 3rd or 5th call, because I just thought, oh, someone's just looking for Jasmine. Until this dude on like the 3rd or whatever, 5th or whatever, I don't remember which call it was, but he like started getting mad. He's like, are you her boyfriend? Are you just covering for her? I'm like, the fuck, dude? Like, I hate to break it to you, I'm single. There's no Jasmine here. I think some chick's fucking with you, dude. Like, with the way he reacted, I'm not surprised that she would.
Yeah, right? Like what would happen if you were a boyfriend and you were covering for her?
Well, then I wouldn't blow my cover because I'm a good fucking boyfriend.
What does that make any difference? I don't know. Well,
it's people taking their frustration out is what it is, right? That's how I figure it. Like a while ago, you guys don't know this because it's like a behind-the-scenes dealing. We had this deal set up with this tournament organizer, or not a tournament organizer. We're the tournament organizer. He was like a sponsor, I guess, and he was like a fan. He had like a legitimate business, and we had set this price point. You know, here's what the prize pool will be. Here's what the blank will be. And I'm not gonna say which event this was because this did happen, and I'm not gonna say who's involved. But the guy tried to like swindle us last second. So like it's like 3 days before we're gonna do this thing, and he's like, so I'm gonna pay you guys like 80% of what we originally talked about. I'm like, why? What? And he's like, well, you know, it's too late. You guys have already tweeted about it. You're committed to it, so you just kind of have to go through with it. And I was like, no, we fucking don't. Like, I'm just not gonna do this if you don't want to give us the money. And we argued about it. Then he ended up giving us like the 80%, and I just paid the rest. but it's one of those things where like I don't think this guy was trying to be malicious or cheap. He's probably just used to like fucking bargaining and haggling in real life, and I just don't do that. So it's like, I don't know. Different walks of life for different people. I just don't have time for a lot of it. Anyways, conversation took a bit of a side road. I think we should get going. You good to go?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
Oh, that's right. It's only like a 2-second countdown on the replay cast, guys. Whoa. Give me 1 sec here. I want to make sure there's no spoiler bar at the top. I think there is not. There definitely is. Okay. Luckily, I didn't look. And yeah, let's get into it. So, again, this is the Olimoleague. It's a replay cast, not a rebroadcast. You're watching this live if you're seeing it at 11 a.m. Pacific on July 18th. And getting into game number 1, spawning to the lower right, we've got the Red Zerg Impact. Ooh.
Oh. Feeling no observer cam. And the top left has the yellow Terran. He is Cure.
My Cure's SCV count seems a little bit off, almost as if he's missing 2.
Well, he's even more.
There we are.
Stop producing SCVs.
So there's been some Terran that have been trying to really push the Marine version of this, not the Reapers. I hope that's not what he's doing. Gonna wait to see that gas start up right away. There we go.
This is kind of the... Well, I think that this might still be the Marine version, though. The gas still feels a little late. I mean, I think it's becoming the most popular, most stable way to actually do it against Zerg specifically. Yeah, TvT, obviously, it's going to be Reapers. Maybe Marauders, you know, if they're really feeling special. But it's usually Marines against Zerg.
We've actually cast Marauders a couple times. I don't think we've seen them work once on stream.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Maybe once, but I don't even know about that. So it is going to be the Marines. And you follow up with the factory. I mean, you might still get the cancel on the hatchery, but you also get a safe, you know, home factory in case they do save it. You know, they did go for an early pull or something like that.
You're already goofing a little bit. That SCV at the bunker wasn't microed properly.
This one should die too.
No.
If you don't get the bunkers up, then I don't know how effective this is going to be.
I'll answer that for you. Not very.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, two Marines at a time really isn't a whole lot. They really need the bunker to get to a higher, scarier number, even if Impact didn't go for the most aggressive opener here.
I did force a spine crawler out. See if that gets canceled here. I think he should probably cancel this, realizing how well he's dealt with it. Maybe he's worried that there's more on the way. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think the concern is always that there's going to bulk up the Marines.
Oh, he saw that. He saw the lift. All right, that's a waste of money.
I don't know. I think because the worst thing he could do is let either more Marines, which he now knows is not an option, or like Hellions or Cyclones actually get drone kills. He's not the one that didn't expand. Like, his macro game is fine as long as he doesn't lose any drones. So I don't really mind the spine crawler. He's going to confirm with the Overlords what's going on in the main base too, the exact timing of potential factory, Hellions, Cyclones, whatever. It's a long process, especially as you have to add the reactor onto the factory.
Well, the confirmation of Mechronauts going to take a bit of time, too. We actually haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of Cure. He played in last week's Olimoleague, and that's really been about... BTSL as well, shout out for that, but for the most part, he's been sticking to Bio. I don't think we're going to see anything too weird out of him, but you never know with these guys, because, again, they don't show a lot of their games, they don't stream their matches, they don't stream their ladder games. Like, see Cure once in a blue moon.
Right. Cure appearing now in tournaments, but this is still only like his 6th or 7th occurrence, I guess. The last, basically started last week, it feels, coming around. But Impact went for a 2-base lair follow-up, which I actually quite like. I think the most common follow-up for the Terran player is going to be something that's usually pretty safe, which is Hellion Banshee. Kind of covers both options, either Ling Floods or Roach Floods. But it doesn't really do well against an early Spire. Obviously, you don't have a lot of Marines. You're only working off of 2 barracks. They're still building add-ons. And the Banshee and the Hellions are ideally just shut down before they can do anything. So that's the ideal situation. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes the mutas suck. Sometimes the Banshee kind of walks around and then doesn't get spotted. But I do like Impact's response. I don't really like his positioning of the Spire. I don't know. It just feels like it's dangerous.
Like walking forward could pick it off type thing.
Whatever he wants to do.
All right, well, thank you very much, Snark Angel, by the way, for the 11-month resub. Get to shout you out live for one of the rare times we're doing this, which is nice. Banshee, Overseer, opposite sides of the map. Maybe feels bad for Impact. He will have a Spore Crawler, so it won't be the end of the world.
He's building one.
There is no actual cloak attached to this, but he doesn't know that, of course.
Yeah. He would have been well prepared if his queen just in the right position. So 3 drones. Maybe the Banshee could get a 4th and a 5th if she wanted to die for it. Which it might be worth it. I mean, the mutas are on their way out. I think at this point, the lair has been... Oh, no, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't seen the Spire either.
Well,
oh, it did.
He knew...
Wait, how did he see the Spire before the lair?
I don't know, just the dancing, I suppose. But I was gonna say he saw like an Overseer, right?
Oh.
So he knows it was 2 base lairs, past lair.
Yeah, it was the I think it was those Hellions that were poking around earlier, now going in.
Yeah.
Well, the mutas might actually get some kills here. There's not that many Marines at home. Stim's not done. Chasing these around will be difficult. But 2 medevacs to unload on the other side of the map with a couple Hellions to go with this. This looks for a very deadly drop for Cure.
It's actually very unfortunate that Impact, he figured the timing would work out in his favor, that he would be pressuring, I think, the medevacs before they really got across the map. And unfortunately, it means he has no Banelings and really not that many Lings.
This is where I really like the Hellions. They can certainly help with that quite a bit. Just keep those Lings washed off the Marines. But Overlords, Queens, everything getting picked off here. And the mutas had to be brought back home. Stim's done now. And this is not going to be fun to deal with, frankly. The medevacs are low. The Queens did a good job of poking away at them. But this is still quite a few Marines.
Yeah. I mean, they had to go on creep to get that hatchery. If there was a solid amount of Lings,
oh,
I think this is cleaned up. Good micro. But as it is, getting that cancel, even though it got cleaned up, I still think that was an okay trade for Cure, who has a 3rd CC finishing, and, well, still not the most convincing Marine production, but at least it's run along for a while now.
I love that there's like an alive missile turret down here, but then like 3 turrets to protect this command center. Like, this one's the good one. Keep this one alive.
Yeah. It's a little funny.
It's actually almost a little overreaction. Like, there's one here that's like 5 or 600 minerals and like turrets.
I mean, I think the thought process was probably, I'm only working off of 2 barracks, not for a very long time. I can protect 1 base pretty well, but not 2. And he's not wrong about it. It's still, you know, the way that we saw it play out, it really wasn't that bad of a scenario. Like, he didn't need these extra 2 turrets. Like, 1 on mineral line and 1 on your production probably would have cut it, no problem. Oh well.
Oh, I got mugged in chat, dude. Crap. You guys are so... Everyone's just intent on me never having any Makarovs. Like, I like all these bonus items that give me bonus Makarovs every day from the mystery bags, and they mean nothing. They mean nothing when everyone regularly mugs you.
They mean nothing to me.
Alright, so the mutas are looking for that cluster here. Widow mines are not really down.
Down to clown.
Or to go to town. In fact, right now, Impact making Cure frown.
There you go. I mean, 15 mutas, this is the type that can snowball. You know, not too easily, but against these these almost barely not enough Marine counts, sure, and a lot of SCVs are going to go down here. Yeah. The Marine drop on the right side, there's Banelings and Lings on creep. That shouldn't do very much.
A Mutalisk is a noun. Oh, he's gonna get the armor upgrades at least. So not gonna get denied with that. Impact very much wanting to try and shut that down.
Oh yeah, would have been a good thing to tear down. I think it was also the last engineering bake, so we just put the other one down, so there'd be no more missile turrets. But even though I lost a couple mutas down to 11 now,
uh-oh.
as you said, I think this is doing pretty well.
Looking around by to the right side too, picking up a lot of these SCVs.
Nicely done. The medevacs actually just pick up and go home. There was a lot of banelings at the third base, and they just really weren't able to do very much. Things have already snowballed a little bit too much, though. Not in terms of numbers per se, but just in terms of momentum.
The glaive worm bouncers are going to kill a lot of SCVs here. But the turret holds strong. Keeps the mutas at bay.
Kira has to start again from his side of the map on a fairly large map. I mean, the one good thing is that Impact still isn't quite on a fourth base, so it's not like he's truly running away with this game on his way to Hive or something like that. But, and he's also his creep spread's kind of like, it's really mediocre, right? Like there's really not a lot of it. But I still think that the trades here, the momentum is really in Impact's favor.
Well, what's great is Impact actually has a pretty good history of two-base mutas, so I had a lot of confidence that he would get something done with this. It was just that question of that initial timing. Could he survive while getting something done? That drop to the third earlier was so scary and so deadly, I think a lot of other Zerg players would just straight up die, frankly. But Cure, maybe not doing so great. Not out of this yet. His 2-2 is on the way. Got those Widowmines burrowing now, looking for that hit. Hope for no friendly fire. And the Banelings crash in too. Oh, this is bad for Cure. Army supplies even up, but they won't stay that way if these Banelings get connects. He's cutting for his life, but he is off a creep. The focus fire on the Banelings is so good out of Cure. I can't believe he's doing it.
Yeah, he saved, 7 Marines.
Well, it does stop the attack, though. The Impact loses that momentum without any ground support. Now, granted, Cure's still in a pretty terrible spot, but he's got a drop going off now. He's finally getting stuff to go his way. And that +2 weapons is finishing up, which is going to make those Marines even better at fighting the mutas.
Well, that's true. But he still has to get across this map with a very, very small Marine force, and rally pushing doesn't really work out nearly as well on a map like this. Or maybe you gain that momentum for 10 seconds, you really run away with it because the Marines just keep on flooding in. I don't know what's going to happen. But again, the good news is that Impact just doesn't have a lot of creep spread. Back when 2-base muta was the norm, I would say that Impact played it very well post 2-base. He had good creep spread, he had the right, expansion process, but it took him forever to really get those queens spread and creep again. And he does not have that protection, that safety net.
Real sad I can't fight the Dark Lord Cruel and chat with everybody because I don't have enough macros.
Oh, God. Well, 13 SCVs went down.
The Banelings also get some okay connects out here. Still more Banelings to come. Cure's trying to keep those Widowmines safe.
Yeah, they're definitely the most important thing right here. Impact shouldn't feel very confident taking this fight until he has, backup lings, which he doesn't. So, this is
finally goes down.
Snowball little bits. There's no extra Banelings. 13 are on the way. There they start morphing in now, but where are the lings to protect them?
Cure's also on creep now. He's been doing such a good job fighting off of creep up to this point, but Widowmine's getting okay hit. I'm surprised they didn't do more friendly fire, if we're going to be honest. But constantly moving the ground. These mutas are like left and forced to disengage over and over and over again. This definitely is something that's favoring Impact, but Cure's handling it well.
Yeah, they're at 16. They are going to be a nice last-ditch effort to take out these small amounts of Marines, and they made it work. It wasn't really the overwhelming amount of Banelings or Lings. It was the mutas that allowed him to survive that. Cure's getting pushed back once again to his side of the map.
That being said, though, I love that even to his last breath, his micro is on point. Like, he's not missing a beat with these Banelings. He's not misclicking even in the slightest. And somehow he's picking them out from under the Mutalisks. But yeah, at this point, I think the snowball's too real. Muta's taking out everything. GG. Impact will take game number 1. That was, I'm like actually really sad Cure lost. Because I thought he was playing really well, but at the same time, credit's got to go to Impact. Nah, Cure's not an easy guy to take on.
The world is right after slapping down a 2-rax like that.
That's true. Oh, funny enough. Again, we are doing these from replays to be clear and transparent with everybody, but these are like from this morning, so they're still hot off the oven or whatever. I was just gonna say it's funny because I noticed Cure is actually online right now. It's like, hey bud, you want to come watch you on replays with us? Like, see how this goes.
Wow, what's he doing?
By the way, I don't know if he's lurking in chat, but if you guys can see, 47 did a pretty awesome drawing of an adept, tweeting it out. Retweet on the BaseTradeTV Twitter. Let's be sure to check that out. But we're getting into game number 2. Spawning here in the top right. He's down a game at the moment. He's got that Jin Air clan tag. It's Cure.
In the bottom left as the red Zerg, it's Impact.
Again, credit where it's due. Impact going for the faster layer like that is kind of risky, and we saw that with the attack towards that third almost snowballing. I mean, the fact that he picked off like 3 or 4 overlords, had no problem picking off a queen, and still got the base snipe, it looked like a lot of momentum in the early game was going to go in the favor of Cure. And I think if Impact had stayed at home to defend and didn't have that counterattack, it wasn't harassing, there's no way that game actually goes well for him. But I think every player in that position, they think like, okay, I got to stop this turn drop. It's already killed a hatchery. This is getting out of hand. I'm going to get spooked. I'm going to come home. I'm going to panic. But Impact played it really cool.
I think he could have played it better though. I mean, I like the 2-base follow-up. I thought that was a really good option. Not the only option, but a good option against what Cure had to do past that tier axe. But I also think that he could have been more prepared for the drop. He just thought that his mutas, I think, anyways, obviously I don't know Impact's actual game plan here, but I think he just figured the drop would be happening as his mutas swooped in, so that he wouldn't really have to deal with it. I mean, those mutas come out so much faster than any other normal-looking game that you would think that you could actually catch 2 medevacs. But it's not the case. So that started Cure's momentum back into the game after being denied a 2-rax. So it was okay, but I have a lot more faith that they're just, a regular opener for Cure here for a Terran player.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess, to consider, especially with the way the last game put him behind, you could argue he was fighting at a disadvantage the entire game. And still kind of made that look competitive. He still made that look like it could have been tight in some situations. So maybe, yeah, playing from a more standard build, having a lot more going for him before the game gets too far in.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm apparently the bit boss, by the way. I don't know why. I swear somebody... This didn't reset, I know, because who was it? Well, we ended earlier. 47 has given us like 1,000 bits, right?
Correct.
I don't have Twitch alerts open. Did somebody like troll donate or something under the BaseTradeTV name?
That is possible. I don't know. I don't really think. I mean, Bitboss never works for me, like multiple accounts, but that's.
Yeah.
That's a bug that I understand, so I don't know how it would bug out for you.
Ah, well, anyways, Bitboss is reset. I guess I can fix that later if absolutely need be. In the meantime, I'm taking advantage of that boss glory.
Okay, well, Kier has Hellion opener into a Banshees. So, I mean, this is what he followed up with last game, but it was, off of a kind of a failed opener. It's not Banshee, it's Raven. 2 almost like.
I know that Raven doesn't mean mech.
No, it doesn't. But Cure can play mech.
My heart skipped a beat. This is kind of a cool fake out with the cloak too. Although it might not be fake. No, okay, it is. So pushes the Overlord off. He very much intentionally lets Impact see that this is researching something. And this kind of, I guess, hopingly makes him put an Overseer much quicker, put down some Spore Crawlers. But what's kind of funny is, like, I don't know if Cure realizes how late Impact was to his Spore Crawlers last game. So he might not be the type of guy to put down those Spore Crawlers,
It's possible. I mean, I think that it was kind of coincidental maybe, but it looked like on purpose. As soon as he saw that there was a tech lab on the starport, he started a lair. And that might have been because he was like, okay, I'll just get an Overseer. Like, no need to worry about having excessive Spore Crawlers, or my fronts, or my mineral lines. But it also might just been like, okay, this is once again a build, regardless of what's coming out of that starport, where you just don't have a lot of marine production early on.
Well, auto turrets coming down in the main, gonna be a little annoying. Spore callers were placed down in every
Sure.
base, and this does see the spire? No, barely does not. But he sees the layer, and he's got to know because it's the way Impact played last time.
Yeah, it's a very fast layer. You can tell that for sure. Most of them like start by now.
Oh, wait, did
So
that kill a
that's
queen?
gonna skip the upgrades.
Yeah, they killed a queen. Okay.
that's-
I looked away because that auto turret should have just been like ignored and not touched, right? But I guess, okay.
Yeah, Impact kind of messed up there. But the delay on the upgrades can be very hurtful for a Spire timing like this. It's got to be worth it.
By the way, thank you to Diet Soda. Just bought everybody 5 mystery bags with a $20 donation. Give him some love in chat if you see him, guys, because now you can all get some loot on him. So much replay, much live, very cast, wow, and he Doge memes me. Doge memes?
Oh boy.
What is this, 2 years ago?
They'll never fall out of style because they have a cute dog.
That's true. He also becomes the Bit Boss. Thank you very much, Diet Soda. Are you still using my stupid picture as your portrait? God damn it.
Is it better or worse than Kim Jong-un?
I have no opinion on that topic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because the guy had the Kim Jong. Okay, never mind. I thought this was like baiting me somewhere, but that's right. That one guy had the stupid portrait of him.
Yeah, I
up.
just brought that out of nowhere.
All right.
Well.
Double drop gonna be assisting these aliens. Actually, we're at this time in the game too where he can make these into Hellbats. Maybe no, armory's not down yet. Okay, never mind then. I thought this would have been a really cool push with that timing, but on the back end of this, Raven may go back into the main. It's got 2 auto turrets worth of energy.
This time Impact is a little quicker to his Banelings, but there's not a lot of them, so it still kind of works out, I think, roughly the same, where the drop might just get a cancel on a hatchery. This time a 4th base, not a 3rd, but still, the idea is there.
Auto turrets did go in, but all into one base. That Raven's also about 1 hit from dead. It doesn't kill much, but stops some larvae. Meanwhile, the Banelings crash through the Hellions, and Cure's forced to pick up over the wall. No problem to fight these mutas. Impact should not take this fight.
And he does pull back. He has a couple leftover Banelings that are looking to take care of this drop once and for all, but I think he just let it be.
You already having killed 2 mutas, this drop is worth it. Got an Overlord on top of that, and of course Baneling trades. Like, these medevacs might go down, but this is still traded out very well for Cure. And behind this, he's got that rally, not across the map, but through 2 medevacs.
Oh god! He specifically, he
no.
gave up a couple of like. I mean, his upgrades are evening out now. Cure's at the start is there's 2 too, but still, like they delayed a little bit. The upgrade disparity is not as big as it could have been, but you know, he chose this build in part to have a nice amount of mutas a bit faster. To lose all of them, it just, I mean, Cure is slapping them down here. This is bad news for Impact.
Yeah, Cure killing any of the mutas was already a problem. The fact that he killed so many, was that 6? On top of this, the resources traded out here are just looking better and better for Cure. That Raven got some more auto turrets off. Now there's a double drop in the main. This drop will probably get cleaned up, but this could have served for a really good distraction. Cure now moving into this base, looking for a cancel. And now I'm getting a call from Illinois. Go away.
Illinois?
Illinois? How do you say that? It's making some noise on my desk. All right, that's the problem. I'm going to go mute my phone real quick.
Arkansas?
Wait. Oh, Arkansas. Right. I was like, how do you say that different? Oh, right.
All right, well, we're learning the 50 states here. But yeah, that drop in the main base was much better suited as a simple distraction tactic. I'm glad that Cure did go in there and get the cancel again, because otherwise that drop in the main was quite lackluster. But this drop even gets another muta. Not 2, though. Okay. It's the good news. It didn't target the last one, but still, that was the same drop from him at the beginning. It just got a lot of damage. His upgrades did end up being still very far ahead because Impact delayed his 2-2 as Cure did, so still like 60 seconds, 70 seconds ahead. That's a long time to have an upgrade when you're pressuring the Zerg player. But looks like Cure's lost a bit of momentum. He's got to wait for this rally. There we go. His reinforcements are caught up in the main base a little bit. So yeah, now they're coming along here.
He actually didn't have them rally at all. They were just like sitting at each barracks. I do like the extra factory. I like lots of Widow Mines. Uh-oh. While this goes on, a drop goes off on the main. We're not looking at that right now because all the action's here on Cure's side of the map. He's dodging past these banelings best he can, but the focus fire from last game just simply isn't there. Reinforcements are going to have to do it.
Yeah, which they will. He soaked up enough banelings, the meter count's not high enough. Impact can tap out.
Yeah, loses his army and then has nothing to deal with the drop back at home. The GG is justified.
Hey.
All right, we got game 3 coming up now. We'll do a commercial break after this. We'll just get through this first series, guys. This one's gonna be on Odyssey.
Udacity.
I lost the game of poker. Son of a gun.
I feel like that happens more often than you win the game of poker.
I feel like you're probably correct, but I have a problem. I have
All the problems to have in a fictional RP bot. You choose poker.
Well, by poker in real life, I'm gonna get in trouble too. You know what I'm saying? Hey! All right, getting into game number 3. It's tied up 1-1. You guys are watching the Olimoleague. Spawning here in the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player Impact.
In the top left, as the yellow Terran, he's Cure.
Hey, so quick question for you. So it's a little bit unrelated. Are you currently casting from a bathroom?
No, I am not.
What about an airport?
No.
How about a very white room? Like,
I mean, it's pretty white. This wall on the left side's white. The right side's brown.
I just love that for no reason. This is like a controversial thing in chat this morning. Like, where is Zombie Grub really casting from? Where in the world is Carmen Zombie Grub? Like,
I mean, I don't know if the controversy is the right word. That's Yode. It's just trolling. Although the airport makes even a little bit more sense because you do see luggage behind me.
Yeah, but it's like,
and there could be a bed in an airport.
Hang on.
You know, they have like nap areas.
we're going working camera for a second because okay, hang on.
Dissect this.
There's luggage behind you, but look at that luggage, guys. It's open. Who's gonna go to the airport and just open their luggage in the background?
I could be in a nap room. You know, those exist.
Oh,
that's so cool.
I didn't realize you were rich enough to afford a nap room.
Nah, man.
What sort of tricks are you turning outside of casting over in Korea, Zombie Grub?
Oh, well, so I don't know about, like, American Airlines, because maybe those are expensive. I've looked at the prices, actually, for, like, the clubs, I suppose. But I was at the Tokyo airport, Narita, and the nap room and shower room was only, like, $20. You could shower and then take a nap for 2 hours, and I was like, ooh.
I was really sad we didn't actually know more about our related flights for Korea when we purchased those really way too expensive tickets. Because one of the big things, right, was like you had the lounge, not only did it have showers, but it had nap rooms. And I'm like, man, I would have totally come here super early just to nap and have a shower at the airport, just to experience it, if nothing else, right? Because I'm never going to buy tickets that fancy ever again.
Yeah, right? Well, there's also like one other cool thing that actually was in Japan, which was near my place. So that would have been really convenient if the guy didn't let me check in until a certain time or something like that, which is like, they literally had a traveler's room or something it was called, where it was like a PC bong, right? It was like in a complex with a bunch of other stuff. And it just was like, it had a picture of luggage and it was like, pay $10 and there's, you can nap for 24 hours. We can store your baggage. There's manga and like internet that you can use. I think that's a genius idea. Why doesn't this exist in more places? I haven't even seen one of those in Korea. I mean, in Korea you just go to a spa and hang out there, but still, like, it's not specifically for travelers that couldn't go check into their hotel. It's a genius move.
That sounds like one of those things those guys would have used. Sorry, I know. Cast the game. Shut up. I'll get to it in a sec. That sounds like one of those stories, though. Like, you read that thing I read about the guy who he purchased a plane ticket so he could get free lunch at the airport for, like, years before he finally, like, canceled it or something.
Yeah. He kept moving the date for it.
Yeah. So it just makes me think, like, those sort of nap rooms, there's got to be someone abusing it like that. They're just living out of the airport, literally.
Yeah, right? No one. Oh yeah, I also almost went to a pod hotel, which I don't know if you've heard of those or seen that. Oh, it just went down. But they're literally just like tiny little pods. You know, like you just. You remember you watched Fifth Element, right? When they're on the airplane, and they have to like sleep in the pod.
Ah, yeah. I've actually I watched a documentary talking about stuff like that because not for a hotel, but that's like how some living conditions are like in China.
Yeah. All right, I'm going.
All right. Well, the game's finally shaping up for something worth discussing, anyways, because Impact's actually chose to go Roaches here. He's changing it up a lot. This is a guy who had nice catch on that Reaper. You know what? This is a replay. We can actually go back a few seconds and watch that Reaper die firsthand for the Zerg lovers out there. But
it seemed unnecessary.
You know what it was? I just wanted to use the feature because we never do replays, right? Uh-oh. Will that Reaper get caught? Oh, actually, this is worth it because the grenade blew the drone over the Reaper. He wouldn't have actually caught the Reaper if the Reaper didn't throw a grenade.
I'm sure Cure isn't crying over that, though.
No, but it was cool, okay? It was cool. But bringing up the topic of Roaches, again, going back to the fact that it's not a lair. That was a big scout for the Reaper. 3 bases down. This Roach all-in, which is what it's shaping up to be, might be difficult to deal with when you've only got a handful of Hellions.
That is certainly true. The Hellions are going to get sight on it, so maybe he can transfer over into Cyclones, but he's not going to have a lot of specifically anti-Roach units. Okay, seeing Ravagers being more up in the middle of the map, that's a little suspicious. Yeah, immediately starts up the Cyclones, but he doesn't raise the depot. The Ling's going to try and stay on top of it? Nah.
That depot is from Illinois, I'll tell you that much, with the way it's down like that.
I was going to make a joke about Arkansas something, but the whole point is that you pronounce it Arkansas. You would have pronounced it right.
Arkansas, that's the leader of the Protoss, right?
That's pretty close. It's a good joke, solid.
Okay, so the Banshee's actually doing work here. The Ravagers are getting destroyed. It's double Cyclone to follow this up. Cure's now supply blocked, which kind of sucks, but he's done it. He's held the all-in. Impact taps out, and Cure's going to move on to the semifinals.
That was pretty simple.
Pretty easy peasy. Pretty easy peasy. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, because that was a potentially very powerful attack out of Impact, but I guess it didn't work out that way. Again, people say they didn't know this was replay casted. Let me just swap this scene over. Look at this. It's still spoiler free. I don't know who actually moved on to each of the semifinals. The only ones we know was, of course, Rogue advanced while we were watching live, and Cure advanced through these replays. We'll now get into the semifinal cast here in just a moment, find out who ended up advancing to fight against both of those guys. And we'll see you all in a moment. Quick note before we go, there is no bracket to look at because I want to keep it spoiler-free, but if you decide, hey, I don't have time to sit here and watch these guys cast a bunch of replays, by all means, you can go hunt down the bracket yourself. It is online. It is available. Just please, no spoilers, guys. Don't bring spoilers back to the channel. I know some of you are cool. You watched this early on. You're really, really awesome. But don't ruin it for the rest of us, including myself and Zombie Up, who are just watching this now. So we'll be back in a few minutes.